finished Gae Bolga, Lugh said. They both looked at Cuchulain as he came out of the tavern. The spear was sitting on the rock next to Laine, and she handed it to him. He took it and pushed it into his scabbard, but he missed and it fell onto the other side. He didn't pick it up but stared at it, as if it was somehow different. "Hey, come here," Cuchulain slurred, putting his arm around Lugh's shoulder like they were old pals. "This man is ahead of his time." The man shrugged and rubbed his arm with his thumb in the inside of his elbow, his arms akimbo. There is a lag time in technology, and not everyone can afford the newest advancements of armor. Cuchulain gave the man several coins from his sack. "Good thing I'm rich," he said. Laine turned to Cuchulain. "Why do you want to find the brown bull, really?" Laine asked. "Why do you?" he said. "I'm trying to meet my highest potential," she said, "both physically and mentally, and become my best version." She swatted away a dry bush in her path. Beyond where she stood, the sky was cinnabar red and the lake ultramarine blue. An eagle flew full speed through the rainstorm and grabbed a dying fish and swallowed it whole. She felt like she was finally starting to realize her potential, thanks to her diligence. She felt so limitless now. "Look, the way I see it, neither of us want Queen Mebd to end up with the bull, so that's enough of a reason to stay together," he said. "I guess so," Laine said, even though she felt hesitant. Their relationship status was still undeclared, but she hadn't the courage to ask him about it. How much did Cuchulain pay Lugh? Laine wondered. From her research, she found out that the talent was the unit from which one of the first measurement weight systems were calculated. One article said it was introduced in Mesopotamia at the end of the 4th millennium BC. She wondered if this was the same measuring system they used in Ireland during the Bronze Age. Cuchulain wasn't rich, but he pretended to be. She was trying to be more careful with her money these days. A little careful, but not too careful. The original talent was the gold equivalent of an ox or a cow. It made her wonder if the entire weight system of the olden days was based on a cow, wasn't it more practical and substantial than in modern times? Animals used to be worth the weight of gold. Cows were currency. What about now? Gold nuggets weren't popular, but chicken nuggets were. As barbaric as it seemed, she thought the life they lived made more sense. Things she thought held weight actually did. Even though she was supposed to record the cattle raid, she also wanted to write about these country people and their way of life, about Montana, where she came from, as if she was among a group of people from Montana now, because in real life she was. On a visit back to Mom's, they were getting ready to take off. They wore caps promoting bait shops. There were Hooterites, a girl with an inordinate amount of freckles diving down her chest like a fallen swan. The tipsy guy who asked not for a cup, but the whole bottle, with his crystalline eyes. A little girl and her family that could have been on toddlers and tiaras. In small towns, everyone's drama was laundry hanging out on the line for everyone to see. So why not tell her own version? At the airport, she felt as if all the past versions of herself had died in the process of her rebirth. They were like the layers she hoped to achieve in her artwork, when stacked, one on the other, built to leave a lasting impression. No wonder Queen Maeve and the others were fighting over the magic bowl. He was not just a cow. He represented so many things, multi-talented. Supposedly he was her potential, yet to be recognized, yet on the verge. Maeve sought him out because of his fertility, his ability to procreate. But really his superpower was his adaptability. She just kept becoming more adaptable, more creative, finding more solutions to obstacles than she had before. If she was valued for her looks, she might just appear as another pretty face. But there was a lot underneath the surface. Her life, like ripening fruit, set on a dynamic set of weights and balances. The sweet kiss of Montana air on her lips drew her in, with its dewy breath and the open expanse. It penetrated her tight and compressed body, so used to confined spaces. Confused, then relieved her. Potential was waiting for her to peel it back, telling her, get after it, in small tapered measures, wholly surrounded by grace. Mom was proud of her too, even if she might be a little disappointed not to have a grandchild. I'm glad you're smart enough not to get into an abusive relationship, Mom said. And Laine forgot she had once been entirely consumed with Cuchulain and seeing their journey through together. She accepted her life and the turn it had taken as someone intent on self-actualization. I think the ones that are most successful at life are the best at adapting, Mom said, thinking of Grandma's tapestry of the horses running through the water. Horses meant persistence and focus. The chariot that they drove was about taking control over one's emotions through focused determination. Even so, Laine wondered, could she really do both? Be a teacher and keep working on her business?